This is another video on this series, Advertising Management, and this is lesson number 2, part 1. And in this video, we will be talking about brand management, the nature of a brand, and why is a brand necessary. You might know already what a brand is, and you have met a lot of products that made you decide solely because of its brand identity. Now, in this particular video, we will be talking about brand. What is a brand, and why is it that brand is an important thing in a market landscape, especially in the modern time, like in this particular time that we're living in. What is the purpose and the use of brands? Now, before we try to answer those particular questions, we have to begin with what is a brand first. Now, a brand is a name, a term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's good or service as distinct from those of other sellers. Or it is a word, a term, or a phrase featuring the name of the product line, or the company. Now, if you look at the background picture in this particular slide, you'll be able to know what a brand is. And it is pretty basic that this particular identity and logos of these particular companies are examples of brands, and you know them solely by looking at these particular images. And so many of these corporations are spending billions and billions of dollars just to maintain the brand identity. In fact, many of these corporations are continuously rebranding and continuously changing the brand itself, just in order to be able to continuously dominate a particular segment of the market. Like, for instance, we have Microsoft Corporation. Their logo and identity have changed over time, like Pepsi, for instance, like Apple, for instance. Along the way, they have changed the brand, the term, the symbol, the word, anything that describes a particular product that they're offering to the target audience. And so this particular identity has to be protected, in a sense that no one should be able to copy this particular identity, or identities for that matter, because these identities are protected under copyright laws and intellectual property rights. And so in the establishment of a brand, the company has to undergo the process of branding. Now, what is branding? Branding is a practice, a marketing practice, in which a company creates a name, a symbol, or a design that is easily identifiable as belonging to the company. Now, if you look at these particular brands, you easily recognize what are these brands for. When you look at the logos of Toyota, you know that is a car manufacturer, or say BMW is a car manufacturer, or it could be Facebook, which is a social media website, so on and so forth. Only by looking at the identity, the identifiable object, the symbol of the company, you can immediately know what is this company is offering. And the process or the practice in the marketing landscape of making this particular symbol and identity known to the public is called branding. It is a process or a practice in which the company creates a name, a symbol, or a design that is easily identifiable as belonging to a particular company. Now, as a result of branding, there is now a perspective on the side of the customer, and that is called a brand image. Now, what is a brand image? A brand image is the perception of the brand in the mind of the customer. It is an aggregate belief, ideas, an impression that a customer holds regarding a particular brand. How does a customer feel about your brand? Is your brand something that is good in quality in the perspective of your customers? Or is your brand something that is trustworthy? Now, if you look at this image on your screen, there are levels or guides, colors of emotions that affects the perspective of the customers when dealing with your identity. So let's say, for example, when you use your identity or your color with the combination of a black and white and grayish design, it will result a customer perspective and a line of thinking wherein they would feel calmness or something that is balance. When you use green as a theme on your identity and your logo, it would mean probably at some point peaceful or growth and health. There could be another meaning about that, but most probably if you use green, it would mean environment and health and something that is related to those particular meanings. If you use blue, it could mean trust. Or if you use pink, that could mean creative. If you use red, that could mean excitement. If you use orange, it could mean friendly. If you use yellow, it could be optimism. And so the design of your identity, your logo, your tagline, whatever is that, the resulting color will resonate to your customers. And your customers will then create a perspective about you. So if you have a company or trying to have a company, for that instance, you have to take into consideration these particular things because image has benefits attached to it in consideration of your corporation or your company. Because on a financial manner, brand image actually gives you quite a lot of opportunities, which we'll be talking later on in this series. And next we have tangible elements of a brand image. So these are actual identifiable objects that could attach to a particular brand that is easily identifiable by the customers. Number one is the goods or services sold. When the goods or services being sold is of fine quality, that is an image that will form in the eyes and in the perspective of our customers. There are a lot of products that might sound unworthy of their money, but when they get hold of that particular brand or that particular product, they can feel the quality of the product. They can feel the value of the money in that particular product. And so that is an image of quality. Next, we have the retail outlets upon which the product is visible and is available. So you can see the exact color combination and design of the product in the retail outlets. How is your product arranged and designed? The color combination also matters to the eyes of your customers. The advertising. How is your product portrayed in your advertising campaigns? In your marketing communications, how is your identity or brand image being portrayed in your marketing communications, like emails or other means of communication? How is the brand image portrayed in those particular methods of sending the message attached to your brand? Next, we have the name and the logo. When they get hold of the product, there is a logo and a name in that particular product. How is the color of the name and the logo relates to the identity of your product? The package. How is the packaging done? In fact, probably there are many instances in your life wherein you went to a particular store and supposedly you will not purchase a particular product on that particular instance But because of the packaging, you get captivated by it, and guess what? You purchase the product. Packaging plays a very important role in product purchase decisions. Why? Because a package is something that is relevant in the consumption and in the protection of the product. And so package plays a very important role. That is the reason why it has to be well built with a sense of quality on the first instance that your customer witness the product or probably touch that particular product. Next are labels. Now, labels are those words that are printed on the package or in the bottle or in the container itself. So it contains the logo, the name, the specific necessary information that would captivate your customers. Next are employees. Employees are people who entertains the customers when they want to ask something about the product. When your customers ask questions, it means that they're interested at some point with your product, and whether or not those questions were answered well or not matters in the decision-making process of your customers. So if you have bad and ill-mannered employees, it will have a considerable impact on your brand image. Next, we have intangible elements of the brand image. Number one is the corporate personnels. Those at the top, the identity, the image of those at the corporate level. The ideals of the corporation or the company, like clean air, or let's say clean rivers, love for the environment, so on and so forth. What are their beliefs? They believe in quality products. They believe in quality processes, so on and so forth. How do they conduct themselves in the context of the marketing landscape? Are they aggressive? Are they happy? How do they conduct themselves in the context of the marketing landscape? The environmental policies or the environment policies of the corporation or the organization. The culture, the corporate culture. You might have known already that in Apple, they have the culture of quality and excellence. That's the reason why they are one of the most profitable and they are one of the most valuable brands in the world. Corporate culture. Next, we have country location. If they are located in the United States, most probably if you are a technology company, you will be headquartered in Silicon Valley. Or probably if you are building airplanes, you must manufacture your planes or airplanes somewhere in Europe, particularly in Germany. So country locations also create a brand image. And media reports. How does the media portrays your company or your identity in their reports? Are you an evil or the villain of the story? Or you're the hero of the story? I could remember this particular element as this affect the identity of Facebook as a social media giant when every media outlets are reporting Facebook being the evil of the story and being the one who is stealing your data and selling it into third-party corporations and companies. And so when you look at this, media reports matters because guess what? The market capitalization and investments of Facebook Incorporated, Facebook company, in the New York Stock Exchange and stock exchanges all throughout the world actually plunged in one of the biggest loss in the history of corporate America. Why? Because of media reports. Next, we have the consumer's perspective on brand image. How does consumers benefit the brand image, or how do they perceive brand image? First, brand image provides confidence regarding purchase decision. If I am a customer, I have a confidence that if I purchase a particular known brand, I will not be encountering any kind of problem in the soonest possible time, because I can assure that they are doing their job and they don't want to damage the reputation. And so when I decide to purchase their product, it would certainly deliver what they promised. Next is it gives assurance about purchase when the buyer has little or no previous experience. When they don't have the previous experience of purchasing your product, considering that you are a popular brand, a dominating brand, then it gives these people assurance that you will deliver as promised. Now, one of the best examples for that is if it is your first time to purchase an iPhone. Well, don't worry about it, because the brand itself would not risk damaging the reputation just because of providing a low quality phone for you. And so it gives the customers and consumers the assurance about the particular purchase, even if they don't have previous experience in that particular purchase. It reduces search time in a purchase decision. You don't have to search for alternatives. If you are a popular brand, almost always you are the first choice. Next is it provides psychological reinforcement and social acceptance of the purchase. When you purchase your iPhone, you are accepted by the society in a sense that it is an icon of quality, an icon of excellence. And so when you have that, it reinforces your psychological perspective that at the end of the day, you have the best quality phone or you have the best quality laptop that is available in the world. And so that reinforces your psychological and social acceptance. Next, we have the company's perspective on brand image. Now, how does a company benefit on a well-established brand image? Number one, it will have an extension of positive customer feelings to the new products. Now, when you are a well-identified and known brand in your market realm, and you wish to offer a new kind of product, new products to your customers, almost always your customers will immediately adapt to those products because they know that your product delivers as promised. And so that's the importance of a brand image. That's the reason why many of those brands that have established already in the marketing landscape, what happens is they create what they call as brand extensions, which we will be talking later on in the series. Now, brand extensions help the company to fill in the gap within the product line in order to capture specific target audience or target market. And so it helps positive customer feelings to new products being offered. And if you are a brand that is established in a particular market landscape, of course, you have the ability to charge higher price for a fee. And this is what we call as price premium. Price premium. Let's say, for example, you want to purchase a paracetamol. And if you choose a generic paracetamol, it would cost you only 30% of the price of the branded paracetamol. Meaning, the branded paracetamol has a significant increase in price, not because it cures more, but it is because there is a brand attached to it. Next is customer or consumer loyalty, leading to more frequent purchases. If the brand image is something that is an icon in a particular market landscape, there will be consumer loyalty. And consumer loyalty would of course result into frequent purchases. Next is we have positive word of mouth endorsements. When people endorse a specific product, the probability is it will affect the decision of those who have heard that particular product. And so when your friend tells you that the phone that she had just purchased is a very nice phone and it has a very good feature, very clear camera with a lesser and affordable price, the probability is when you're planning to purchase a phone, you will purchase that particular phone also. And that is because of word of mouth endorsement. Next is we have the higher level of channel power. You are chosen on a priority and you are easily able to get in touch with retailers, get in touch with the supermarkets, huge markets. You have the dominance in the market in general because you are a popular brand. Ability to attract quality employees. Because you are a popular brand, many high quality employees wants to attach themselves to you being the popular brand or the leading brand. And more quality employees, of course, means more quality products and services. Next is we have more favorable ratings by financial observers and analysts. Now, in this particular instance, when you are a known brand, you are a popular brand, especially when the one making financial analysis is somebody that is using your product and is satisfied with the product that he or she is using, the probability is you will gain favor in the eyes of financial observers. And guess what? These financial analysts and observers actually influences market decisions, especially in terms of investment in stock markets and other financial institutions that would give you the opportunity to expand on an unprecedented manner. So these are the most valuable brands in the world. We have number one, Apple Corporation, with the brand value. This is only the brand, not the market capitalization, because as far as I know, Apple Corporation is probably now at around $900 billion in market capitalization. This is the brand value. This is the brand value. Apple is valued at $241 billion. Google or Alphabet Corporation is valued at $207 billion. Microsoft at $162 billion. We have Amazon at $135 billion. We have Facebook at $70 billion. And if you notice, there is a significant drop in Facebook's brand value. It's because of the recent issue of Facebook selling the identity and the data of the customers on third-party corporations and companies in order to target specific marketing sponsored ads. And so that's the reason why they have a reduced brand value of negative 21%. We have Coca-Cola, once the most valuable brand in the world, now at number 6. Then we have Disney at 61 billion. And we have Samsung at 50 billion, Louis Vuitton at 47 billion, and McDonald's at $46 billion. Now, if you look at this, most valuable brands are categorized in the technology industry. And so the trend today is more on technological advancement. And so that's the reason why the most valuable brands in the world are those in the technology industry. And so I hope that you have learned something in this video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video that we will be uploading in this series.